this is what we're looking at. We gotta clear all this brush. It's got done grease and everything. I want all these trees and bushes out of here. Here's the problem. You've got about, that's a 20-foot piece. Probably wouldn't have hurt it been 30, then rocked it on down through here, but if you can look, I mean, you're looking at it don't hardly do it justice, but that's a 24-inch pipe, and it's 10 foot deep probably. It just goes out of sight down through there. We're gonna take all these bushes out and brush. Leave the big trees. We're gonna fix all down in there, clear it out, get it where he can bush hog it. We're gonna fix that ravine down through there, clear all the brush out and get the creek straightened up where it's not so, it's kind of squiggly, curves back and forth and kind of swampy. Right in there you can kind of see the water running. It's kind of swampy. We're gonna get all that cleared up. We're gonna start right here and clear all of that. Let's get started. It's the end of day one. Got all the brush down. Got this place start drying out a little bit. Got the water running. We got a culvert right there, but it ain't much. It's starting to collapse. It's rusty and squeezed together. Leave our buddy here. Got a little turtle head poking out down there. There he is. He's probably mad at us. He don't like us right now. But there's, you see the big hole falling out. That's the problem. You have a pond with a pipe that short. It's just splattering, and it's just washed this out over time. We're gonna straighten her up. We're gonna take the ditch right through there. Not hardly that high. Maybe it'll have a little bit of a curl, but we're gonna have another 20 foot of pipe that'll come to about right here. Put a little dissipator pad at the end of it. But this place is gonna change. The idea is to use my pump, take it down to where it's not coming through this pipe anymore. We got another pipe over there. Believe it or not, those pipes don't look like they're like in the ground. A pipe, it looks small, and then you can go buy one. I went and bought that, and then I measured it the other day, so you know I was pretty confident, and I thought You know, I remember it being a 24. Well, I bought a 24. I pulled in and they loaded it, and I said, there ain't no way, it's too big. It's way too big, what I thought, you know. But stick a tape measure on it. It's 24 on this end, and on the bell end it's like 27. It's the same thing. So it's all the pipe I had, or hose to run it. We'll get that pumped. All I got to do is I need to get it to quit coming through this pipe, and then pump this little hole out, dip some of the heaviest mud out of it, and then start packing back with clay. I'm going to dig off the hillside over there. But we'll check back in later. Gotta love the enclosed cab. Got some people mad here. Got between the 4 mud turtles and the yellow jacket's nest. This has been a unique day. I had all my windows open and was working away, and I seen one buzz around, and I just turned around, spun around with the excavator. He's about to get me. I just happened to catch them. They are mad. Probably got a hollowed out spot right there or something, but ain't nothing I can do about that. Sorry, dudes. I've found him again, boys. He's like, hey, you tore my house up. I will find you and tear your house up. Got us a wet spot down in here. This 305's doing really well, which it's got a solid bottom down here, but I'm letting all that water out of here that I can. But it is a swamp down in this lower part. I'm gonna cut a few little trails and get her taken care of there. Dug out a big mud turtle a while ago, snapper turtle. Got the water moving now. Got it opened up. Trying to get this thing drained out. It's got a massive hole and it goes right back up under the pipe. Trying to get this repaired and get this water moving. Such a pretty day running with all the doors open. You can see the water moving on down through there. When I got here, it was just barely a trickling, so we've opened it up pretty good. Hopefully it'll dry. Back out on the job this morning. Got a little rain coming in. Got the culvert installed. Got dirt on it to hold it in place. I thought it would be raining this morning, so I worked till about 9 o'clock last night or something like that. So the water comes out of the culvert, I'm gonna ditch it right and straighten this ditch up. Lay this material over here. But right here, I'm gonna order concrete. We're gonna pour and let it encase around that. Get under it. That's why I left it like that. We're gonna get underneath it and all around it. Hopefully it'll hold it in place good. Not let nothing settle or drop. And over here is where I was robbing some material from. Don't look too bad, but trying to rob some clay. But I got all I could off of there. It turned to that hard stone, so I'm gonna move over here and get some. We'll sections up and let you watch. Back here today, it ain't rained like they said it would. I came here this morning, we opened this hole up and we poured a minimum 4 yards. So there's 4 yards of concrete from here to there. And the yellow jacket's nest, I don't think it's gonna work out. And I was checking my job out And here we go. I think he's really mad at me because I've dug him out of the ground like 3 times. And yesterday, I think I dug them probably 4 of them out, trying to fix this down through here on this side and this side. That's all just swamp. I was trying to lay it back, but they just keep coming. They love this pond and it's wet, mushy. the end of the day, here's the new ditch. Got to work on it toward the end down there. It kind of silted in when we was a pumping, washing all that mud down through there, but it's really starting to shape up. It'll look real good when that pile of rock. I'm only gonna, customer, you know, budget wise, we're gonna rock from about right here, about basically the yellow dirt, just to dissipate that water down, because it's kind of, culvert's kind of at an angle. We'll get it slowed down, and it don't need to slow down too much because it silts in down there. So I'll dip all that out, mostly getting it around that pipe, make sure it dissipates it where it don't wash out from under the pipe like it had been doing. And we'll probably go down here at the end. Can't tell, but right there is a culvert. It's pretty bad shape, but it goes under his entire driveway and everything. But I'm hoping this leans. I took all this material and laid it over and all that material and pulled it back. I'm hoping it leans enough and making a good low ditch that this will drain and this will dry out on each side. That's the goal anyways. But I'm getting ready to go pick up the trailer and load my skid steer up, and hopefully get you a surprise. Be more footage on the surprise later. almost at the end of the job. I straightened that up right through there. Had a kind of a cut in edge where they just kind of dug in. I sloped it where you can bush hog it. Brought the material over here. Worked on the pond dam with it. There's a big swag right through here. All I got left is to back drag off this hillside. Clean this fire up. I got the last pieces in there. It's burning good. But that hillside you can't see for the smoke, but it's just kind of roughed in. I cut it down and used the material out through here. The last thing I'm going to do, me and the customer discussed it. It'd take a couple more load of rock to rock everything. It's longer than it really looks. A load and a half probably, but he's kind of done with his budget. It's just kind of a farm pond. But we're gonna go down here. We're gonna clean this ditch out right here. And once we get it cleaned out, I'll smooth the material back both ways the best I can. It's pretty much pure mud. This area here is mud, but now the ditch is at least 3 foot lower elevation wise than it is than it was. The ditch was about the same level as the ground, and it would just soak all across. So that's what we're going to do this morning. And getting ready to try something new. I'm going to take this bucket off and put my attachment on for skid steer attachments, and I'm going to see how the SR3 rake does on this excavator. So stay tuned for that. Well, the SR3 is doing good, except it's pretty heavy, and there's what happened. I sunk up. Job is done. Smoothed that out and graded it. Graded this bank here we're looking at. Rocked the ditch. It's wet down in there. All that shiny you see is just mud that I took the grading bucket and slicked it up with. Good job. Pretty place. I hope the water will go right through here where it's dimpled. To put it all out through there, it would end up, get the focus out, it would end up just swamping that up even more, so it's gonna hit the ditch quicker right here. That's the job. This is the customer's view. Here's his driveway. So when he pulls in and looks to the left now, you'll see a nice ditch. Grass are growing. Compared to what he was looking at.